Hi, my name is Dr. Erin Denil with Rejuvenate Life Chiropractic, and today this is the pièce de la résistance, if that's how you pronounce it, or the crème de la crème of all of the ways, the healthy ways to lose weight, because this is my absolute favorite. And so this will be my combination of kind of a few of the different pieces, as I see this as the healthiest way to lose weight and be healthy for life, rather than just take a concept of a diet and try to lose the weight and then not be able to keep it off. So, all right, first things first, having some level of intermittent fasting in the program. So what is intermittent fasting? It's going for periods of time in which you're not eating food. Usually breakfast, break the fast, breakfast, right? We are basically saying we are breaking our fast from the night before. So we want to have a long period of time, at least 12 hours, in which we are fasting each day. I have seen some people that will eat within a 6-hour window and then they won't eat until the start of that 6-hour window. Some people will literally only eat that one time during the day. Okay, so however people want to do this, we have to get some sort of a fast. Our insulin levels need to come down, so we start burning fat. If our insulin is, high all the time, all day long, because we're eating, then we're snacking, then we're eating, then we're snacking, then we're eating, then we're snacking. Okay, we have to break that cycle. We want at least 4 or more hours between each meal. So we need the 4. Can be longer. Now with my lifestyle, I need to eat breakfast. I get up, I work out, I eat breakfast, get ready for work, etc. Then I don't eat the remainder of the daytime that I am at work, and then I eat my dinner at night. I try to go for at least a 12-hour. Sometimes I don't get one, but I will typically get, like if I'm eating for an hour, let's say, so that's 2 hours out of my day. I typically get 2 11-hour fasts. If you're really worried about dramatic weight loss, then you can see if there's a way to change your own schedule around so it works. This is just what I like to do because I'm preparing food for my kids in the morning and I'm preparing food for kids at night, so it's just easier not to worry about packing myself a lunch. This is how I do it. So I definitely get 4 hours between each meal, and even when I've done this in the past, not eating for at least the 4 hours really did help me drop pounds, so this helps dramatically. Calorie awareness. For losing weight, we're going to want to calorie restrict a little bit. That was one of the methods. However, to start somebody off and go too fast, we don't want to do that either. So for example, if somebody is used to eating 3,000 calories a day, the recommended daily value is 2,000. Let's say that we really want to get that person eating 1,500 calories so that they burn more off, or maybe 1,500, 1,750, 2,000. Then let's cut it in increments by a week or two where we're getting used to eating less food. We're going to be changing the types of food people are eating, so when we increase our fat, we're not going to feel as hungry. Okay, so having good healthy fat in our diet is important. So for example, if somebody's starting at 3,000, then I would incrementally go 2,750, 2,500, 2,250, 2,000, 1,750 to 1,500 as your target goal. This would be more realistic in the whole process of trying to lose the weight. Now, lifestyle change, in order to make any diet successful, it has to be something that's done over the whole major lifestyle. This is a lifestyle overhaul. This is not a quick fix. It will go faster when doing this correctly. You will see results. You'll see your body morphology or shape change. It'll take longer to sometimes see the numbers on the scale, but this stuff works. These are tried and true principles that do work. The trick though, is that we have to follow it. For something like an elimination diet, it's 100%. How you're eating needs to stay completely during that period of time that you're eliminating food in order to be able to reintroduce them. This is a lifestyle change. This is different. Therefore, I give an 80-20 rule. According to The Blue Zones, a book by Dan Buettner, he talks about one of the areas or one of the populations where people live to be over 100 on a regular basis. he said that they eat till they're 80% full. So we don't need to eat till we're stuffed. It takes our mind and our hormones a little while to realize that we're full. So the 20-80 rule, or 80-20 rule, eat till you're 80% full and then be done eating. Second part of that is eat well for life 80% of the week. And you can have splurges on the 20%. Some of us, this is harder. Some of us need to do a 90-10 rule in which we only allow ourselves 10% variation. So it just depends what your goal is. If your goal is longevity, then you may want to be in the 90-10. However, if you're saying, hey, if I can't live and have some fun, let's stick to an 80-20 rule. If you drop down to a 70-30 for life, okay, but let's try over half of the time, over 60% of the time even. I'd say let's shoot for at least 70%. Okay, let's shoot for 70% of the time we're eating really, really well. Okay, and we're following the other parts, which is the intermittent fasting, which will make a big difference. And then exercise, or being fit for life. Exercise is part of my whole weight loss strategy. There's different components that I've included. HIIT, or Tabata training, which the HIIT stands for high intensity interval training, which is fantastic. It's short bursts where you're working as hard as you can. You get into an anaerobic state versus aerobic. Okay, so it burns off fuel differently. And you're doing this for sometimes as little as 15 minutes a day. Some people will do a 30-minute program. We usually in this style don't need to do more than about 30 minutes. So you're working real hard for a short period of time, have a little bit of break. So like 15 or 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 45 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 40 seconds on, 10 seconds off. You can do it in a variety. Tabata is one exercise over and over and over again in that short burst, like HIIT training, but like 6 times per exercise. So you're burning out one specific muscle a little more quickly. Resistance training, some kind of resistance band, some kind of weight, some kind of body weight, some kind of isometric or holding your own body weight exercise, like a yoga or a wall sit or a plank, those types of activities. And then moving for fun as well as stretching. The moving for fun, what do I mean? I love exercise. Like, I'm one of those crazy people who just absolutely loves it. The endorphin release, plus I love moving my body. I love Zumba and dancing. So those are fun for me. Those are fun activities. I love kayaking, just going on a walk. People like biking and tennis or other sports, something that just really excites them to be doing it and it's fun. All of those components would be in a good, and stretching and foam rolling, all of those would be in a good fit for life exercise. And we move our bodies daily. Okay, so it could be fun, it could be as simple as a walk. We move our bodies daily, we have weight bearing activities, this is great for us. These things are fantastic. In my personal preference, limit the amount of alcohol. There's a lot of sugar in alcohol for one. People will tend to consume a lot more drinks because once they're drinking, then they want to consume more and more drinks. There are lots of problems with alcoholism and things like that. People are trying to escape emotions or escape feeling things because of the method that they would use is food or alcohol or both. And either way, you can consume a lot more calories in a short period of time. It's just not necessary. Now, alcohol is a social thing. A lot of other countries and even those blue zones, Dan Buettner's book that I was talking about, they have somewhere people just have 1 or 2 drinks, a glass of wine, red wine specifically, would be the best option, with their meal. And they have it socially with a whole bunch of people. These are all great things. So I would personally not have gluten in the choice or the mix. The non-food reward system for making any of these changes, I love, obviously. I have a whole video on this, non-food reward system that I use for myself. I appreciate having rewards. I appreciate having little goals that are kind of hard for me that I set and then I reward myself. This works well, 30-day increments. So you can watch my video on that as well if you're curious to learn more. Mental, spiritual component to, I say healthy ways to lose weight. A lot of us have some underlying emotional or mental or spiritual components with eating food that we need to address to really kick it out of the habit and out of that cycle. So this is something we could reward ourselves for too, is doing positive things in regards to food, or changing our mindset in regards to food, or realizing that we don't have to cover up ourselves, or we're not as vulnerable if we carry more weight. Like there's no magic protection that comes from carrying excess weight. Okay, so foods, what are we talking? My two favorites are the Plant Paradox and the Whole30. So what I'm talking about will be a combination of both of those things. But if I had to say for simplicity's sake, go Whole30. Okay, first, if you're having some sensitivities to nightshades, you're having some sensitivities to some of the other legumes like the peas and the beans, eliminate those and you pretty much have the Plant Paradox, except Whole30 does not allow any artificial sweeteners as well. And I would say just test them. Eliminate them for 30 days and test which ones, not the, I don't want aspartame's not good. Okay, sucralose is aspartame, not good. Acetylfoam K, sweet and low. Saccharin, which is sweet and low. All of these different things, the blue names, any of those little artificial sweetener packets, those are not good. I'm talking the stevias and the monk fruits and the xylitols that are a little more natural. I would suggest taking out the xylitol if you are having problems. Usually the stevia is okay for people. In my diet for life, my health for life, it is eliminating refined sugars, artificial sweeteners. The natural artificial sweeteners you have to test out, so on an individual basis. Corn, soy, dairy, goat's okay. I don't mind goat. Goat works okay on my system, but it is a high calorie, so just note that. Lectins, which would include things like gluten. So for me, the lectins go out, or I have my lectin shield. You can find lectin shield at my website. I have a link from rejuvenatelifechiro.com. So if you're interested in what that is, it just helps block some of the sensitivities that people have, as well as Dr. Gundry has more supplements on his site. I have other supplements on my site as well. If necessary, I would eliminate nightshade veggies, eliminate all the legumes. Some of the fruits I would eliminate, the ones that the seeds are usually on the inside. I like tree fruit and berries, and I would eliminate some of the alcohol. We're gonna add in fermented foods. We're gonna add in a lot of green leafy vegetables and root vegetables. We're gonna add in the tree fruit or the berries. And we're gonna have our meat be organic pasteurized, or not pasteurized, organic pastured meat, meaning they graze off of the grass. Dr. Gundry in his book, The Plant Paradox, will actually go over how different species have different types of, it's either one leaf or two leaf veggies, which we can tolerate, and we don't do the grasses and grains, that's a one leaf, we're a two. As far as humans, we need to have things that then fed on their natural. We don't want corn fed organic, right? It could be organic corn, but we want, grass fed or pastured. They ate the grass on the ground, okay, versus wheat or corn. Okay, this is my healthy for life concept. To me, when we're talking about healthy ways to lose weight, the healthiest way is to lose it and keep it off and change our lifestyle and just do it. So you can dabble with a whole bunch of stuff. People have dabbled with intermittent fasting, then they start having food, the drinks usually is where it gets people, like a 0-calorie drink is not fasting if it spikes the insulin. Okay, if our insulin is still high, it's not working. So things like black tea, coffee, or not just black, but black coffee, nothing in it, right? No cream, no sugar, no sugar substitute, any of that, just plain. You'd have to test out with something like a LaCroix sparkling water. Sometimes the carbonation in it can decrease calcium and phosphorus in bone. It can affect things, so just be careful with those. But if it's a habit you're eliminating, I would much rather see people do like a sparkling water like a LaCroix than a Coke. Okay, so this is my overall lifestyle plan. So just to recap, intermittent fasting, 4 or more hours between each meal, calorie awareness, we do want to bring some of that calorie level down, lifestyle change, my 80-20 rule we want to follow, a good diet and lifestyle about 80% of the time, and we can have some fun and play with the 20% so we still feel like we're alive and living and vibrant and can go out and do something, okay? Then we're gonna have exercise daily that we're doing, or some kind of, physical activity. We're limiting our alcohol, our non-food reward system to help us create these habits and keep them. Having some underlying awareness of our mental or spiritual component to all of this diet healing. We're healing our relationship with food, okay? Our emotional relationship with food we're healing. Eliminating refined sugars, artificial sweeteners, corn, soy, dairy, lectins. Also, if necessary, nightshades, legumes, some fruits, and alcohol. Adding in fermented foods, green leafy vegetables, root vegetables, tree fruit and berries, organic pastured meat, and we have healthy for life. Okay, so my goal is not necessarily to be working toward anything. I could still afford to lose 10 or 15 pounds, okay? So I'm in a intermittent fasting, like I said, my morning and breakfast, but I'm not doing this crazy. I'm not trying to get weight and shed weight down. I like lifting. The weight isn't the thing, it's the morphology or the shape. Okay, I want to be healthy. I want to be able to play. I want to be able to just have a really good, high quality life for as long as I can be here and have as much fun while I'm doing it. So again, I'm Dr. Erin Denil with Rejuvenate Life Chiropractic. Like, subscribe, share my videos if you like them, if they're helpful, comment, ask questions, give me a suggestion for a future video, and have anything you want to see more, rejuvenatelifechiro.com, including that lectin shield, can be located there. I usually try to snap a picture of my board so you can see it, and have a link to my Facebook page where you can then view it closer, print it, whatever it is that you would like. So I hope you have an absolutely fabulous rest of your day.